You're listening to The Bro Show on 91.3 FM, KWM, Western Wyoming Community College. I'm your host, K. Dot, a.k.a. Keaton Hansen, and I have a very special guest on the show today by the name of Fony Wallace. For those of you who don't know him, he is a 21-year-old producer from Long Island, New York. And he's worked with many talented artists such as Lil Darky, KirbLaGoop, J Trauma, Flacco, Biscuit, and many more. This is the Fony Wallace interview. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you, bro? Show?
I'm chilling, bro. I'm excited.
You big excited?
Oh, yeah. Big excited. Shoot, I just wanted to, before we start into everything, I just wanted to give the crowd, just everyone listening, a little backstory of how me and Fony Wallace met. So about a year and a half ago, I've known about Suicide Boys for a couple years now, but about a year and a half ago, I found Lethargy by J Trauma, and so I after I heard that song, I was like, what is this? This song is beautiful. Who is J Trauma? Who is this guy? So I did my research on J Trauma. I was listening to his discography, and I found this was around the same time that Atlantic, and I can't remember the other single that you guys were putting out around the same time. And I was just I heard Atlantic, that beat, and I was like, bro, who's the production on this? And then I was like, Fony Wallace, and so it kind of all just worked out well because I was wanting to interview a producer. I've done 4 artists already, and I wanted to interview a producer, and so you kind of just came in at the perfect point. But one thing that everybody might not know is this was 6, 7, 8 months ago. So, at the time we were having problems with the station. So that put us back a couple months. And then once the time I got into the station, started getting my training done, COVID hit, and then that just screwed everything up. So, and so then now finally I'm back in the station. We get, president of the radio club. And so now we finally am able to do this Fony and Wallace interview. So very excited to have you here, sir.
Thank you, bro. Show, that was beautiful.
Yes, let's get into this, bro. So are you originally from Long Island?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Long Island.
Okay.
It's really boring.
Boring. So what? How boring? Just secluded?
Oh, it's hella suburban.
Yeah.
It's really ugly. There's not much but Wendy's.
Uh-huh.
And there's a lot of racist people here.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. I can see that. So how many siblings do you have?
I got 2 siblings. I got a sister and a brother.
Okay. So what was kind of your home life like growing up?
My home life, it was normal. Honestly, it was just normal. That's all I gotta say about it.
Just normal. So okay, so when did you start producing?
In 11th grade, 2016.
And so let's kind of go a little deeper into that. What got you into producing at the first part?
I was a DJ before I was producing, and I just always loved the creative process in music. And after DJing, when I got lame, I wanted to make my own shit because it was around the time where the 2016 rappers were coming out, and I just felt inspired and wanted to make my own beats.
I see. Who are some of these artists you were inspired by at the
time? Heavily inspired by Chase the Money.
Okay.
Frank Ocean.
Okay.
The Neptunes, X.
Yeah.
Ronnie J.
I see.
Fucking, I don't know if I said Kurt yet. Al Green. But when I was getting into producing, I really like Yachty and people like that. But it's done changed since then.
Oh yeah, I feel that. So where does the name Ugly Jabroni Fony? Am I saying that right? Is that the first moniker that you went by, or where does that name come from?
That was one of the first names.
What was let's hear the list.
Let me think. That might have been the first one. It was Jabroni Fony. It was Fony, and then it was Jabroni Fony, and then I went by Fony 47 a little bit, and that's when I produced those Biscuit songs. And
really?
Then I changed it to Fony Wallace early 2019.
Okay. And so then I guess behind Fony, what does Fony Wallace mean? What is where were you gaining these names from?
Fony's just a nickname that came from my real name, and then Wallace was just from Pulp Fiction. Honestly,
I see.
I
I
just
see.
like snagged it.
And that's where the beat tag, like the phony parts from like Family Guy, and then the Wallace parts from Pulp Fiction, right?
Yeah, it is.
That's fire.
Didn't want to expose myself, but yeah,
Oh,
it is.
sorry, bro. I just saw you like post about it like a while ago that you just like
No, I'm
this is
just
the phony
joking. I'm
beat.
just joking.
Oh, word. So like what? It's okay. So you're producing. You're just getting off your feet. Just starting, getting started. But like, what like motivated you? I mean, a lot of people. I see like a lot of people like they start making music or they start producing and they don't see those results and then they just give up or just kind of like stop putting content on a lot. So like, what motivated you to keep going? Because you just have such a wide discography. You work with such a wide amount of artists. So yeah, like let's just. I want to hear like a little bit of insight about that.
Shit. Like when I first started producing, I just felt like I was like behind time already because I was like really. I feel like I was older. I was already like 17,
Uh huh.
so I just like went crazy and made like 10 beats a day for like 2 years, and then I started making like 5 beats a day. But pretty much, I just like felt like that was all I had to do. So like, so I just did it. Honestly, it was like I had nothing else to do, so I just like put all my time into that.
What about any like hate? Did you get any hate like early on? Like
Mm, honestly, no, I haven't. I haven't really experienced any hate.
that's
Can't
good to
even
hear.
lie.
um,
Maybe a little bit.
maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
So
not a lot.
where does like where like the Frankenstein persona come from?
The Frankenstein persona came
Yeah.
from. I had got a tattoo of Frankenstein in
Yes,
2018,
sir.
and then it was just because I liked it. It was from Scooby Doo, and then I just like kind of adopted it because I just feel like it's like different.
Oh yeah, that tattoo's hard. Like, I think it'd be hard to get like all like the like different like villains and stuff like from Scooby Doo. Like, I really rock with Scooby Doo. I love Scooby Doo ever since.
Fact, I got this one on VHS, the episode that the tattoo's from.
Yeah.
That's where I saw it.
Shoot, while we're talking about it, what's your favorite Scooby Doo episode?
So my friend Austin gave me like 30 copies of Scooby Doo on VHS, and I watched like all of them. And I think my favorite ones are the Globetrotters one,
Yeah, the
the Batman one,
yeah, the new Scooby Doo movies, bro.
yes, and the one where my tattoo's from. It's called
Yeah,
like Tales of a Galloping Ghost or something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I was gonna
Something
say
like that.
Hassle in the Castle, but no, it's yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Like my favorite Scooby Doo like movie TV show is the Boo Brothers one. I love that. I remember like back in the day, just as a kid watching that with my brother. Like I still watch that to this day. Like I love the Boo Brothers episode.
So far.
For sure, for sure. Like, and then going to the next question. So, did you ever like try like rapping or like singing, or have you always just been like mostly production based?
No, I haven't because I just don't have a good enough voice for it. I just like being behind the scenes
I see,
and making the beats.
I see. Um,
Just more fun.
and so then kind of going back into like the whole like Halloween Scooby Doo type of vibe. I noticed you have like a lot of like Halloween knickknacks. So what's the
Yeah,
story behind that?
I just think it's like I just like the theme of it. Honestly, that's really it. I just think it's a cool vibe.
Oh yeah. I really like how you like just really like took on this like Frankenstein persona. I think when rappers take on like a persona like that, like for instance like Lil Darky, for instance like MF Doom, for instance like Cardboard Box, or people when they take on this persona, it makes it like a lot easier for the fans to really get into the hype and if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes it easier to like connect
Uh huh.
with like a certain artist or producer.
And then also, same as like with the Halloween knickknacks, like the Halloween post. I noticed he posts just like a lot of like on the Phony Dump Instagram page. Shout out the Phony Dump,
Not
the
the
Phony
phony
Dump
dumb,
Insta.
not the phony dumb.
I noticed you post a lot of
That's so fire.
Halloween just like
That's me.
clips or whatever.
Yeah, definitely. I just like it. I don't know. It gives me a good vibe.
Uh huh. I feel that. So what's your favorite Halloween movie?
I like all Halloween movies honestly, but I mostly like watching episodes of like Halloween. I mean like episodes of shows that are like Halloween themed, maybe
Yeah,
like Freaks and Geeks or like Charlie Brown or like King of the
yeah.
Hill. Family Guy, shit like that.
That Charlie Brown episode is so fire. I watched it like every
Yeah.
Halloween. What
Yeah, I
about
got it on VHS.
what about like Halloween, Night on Night on Elm Street, like those type of movies?
Yeah, I like shit like that too. I don't watch it as much because I'm not as much into scary movies, but I do still like them. I like all Halloween movies, like
I
Hocus
see.
Pocus and Halloween Town and shit like that.
Halloween. Oh, Halloween. Halloween Town. He says, bro.
Yeah,
That is a gem.
big gems.
So then going back to like your family life and stuff, you have a sister named Anna, and she makes music as well, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's hella talented. She's a singer, songwriter.
And so did she like start making music before you did, or did like you guys start at the same time, or like how did that kind of like work?
She's always been into music, so she probably wanted to since before me, but we probably started making it around the same time.
I see. Yeah, big shout out to Anna.
Big shout out.
So let's talk about Kick the Bucket. Was this your first
Kick the Bucket.
Was this your first project like put together?
Yeah, that was my first project.
And how old were you at the time?
17.
17. Okay. And so I want to talk about a couple different things on this, but first off, I wanted to address like I noticed there was like a change in like cover art some way along the lines of releasing this project.
Yeah, there was. What two covers do you know about? You know about the ones with like the two people on it?
Well, yeah. So it was like the artistic like two people, and I want to say like there was like a Fony Wallace in the corner or something. I'm not exactly sure if that's you or not, but there's like two people, and then there's like art, and then there's also like the Fony Wallace like of you. I believe you were like holding like a mic or something like that. It's like you have like a hat on. Yeah. So like how like did that like come together like different changing up the cover art?
I honestly just think I was too lazy to find the original cover, and then I just like made a little collage and then just posted it on all platforms.
I see.
Like that.
I see.
Yeah. I like that cover.
And so originally, how many songs was this project?
I think it was like 11 or like 9 or 11, one of those two. Maybe even more, honestly, maybe like 12.
And so one big thing I wanted to cover with you is so you have like I don't know, not exactly sure what to call them, is like placement tapes, or like you have artist tapes where you have artists that you send beats to and they feature on your tape, but then you also have like instrumental tapes. So I guess like what's kind of like the process behind like both of those, like I guess like working with an artist versus working on a solo tape.
The beat tapes, I kind of just like, I feel like I have like a feeling that I want to get across through like a couple beats, and then I just like make it and then just like put it out as like a quick little thing. I don't really put too much thought into the beat tapes, but the artist tapes are like extremely hard to put together because it's really hard to get artists to give up good songs when you're like a producer. So it's just like, it honestly takes a really long process. Probably took me like 3 or 4 or 5 months to make FONYSTEIN, and then Hammerhead probably took like 3-4 months too.
I feel
a long process.
And so you say that, so like when you'll send them a beat and then they'll go over it and then they're just like, I kind of want this on my album, but is that like what you're saying?
Like that.
I see.
Yeah, it's like hard to get songs back from them because everybody wants to keep a good song, so it's like it's hard to get songs that you really want to get on there, kind of.
And like, I guess, how close are you with like the people that you work with? Because it's like sometimes in the music industry, you'll pay for a feature or a placement or whatever, and it's just like this really hard like communication where it's going to take like a couple months or whatever to get that back. Like, I mean, do you have like really good connections with the people you work with, or do you still struggle with kind of like that factor of like not always being in control of your music?
I mainly have good relationships with the people I work with. Not always though. Definitely not always. People like don't answer sometimes, or they will like try not to credit you or something. But it's kind of like that.
And so I wanted to talk about the track with Nasty on Kick the Bucket. So it was originally just like a solo tape, or like it was a solo tape on top of that placement, correct?
Wait, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
So like I want to talk about like the Nasty feature. So it was like Kick the Bucket was a solo tape besides the Nasty placement.
No, actually, the original version of Kick the Bucket was some instrumentals. It had Nasty on it, and then like 7 of the songs had my friend Kenneth on it, and
Yeah,
then
that's
it
right.
kind of happened to where like he wasn't really feeling the raps he put down on it, I guess, and we decided like that we were just gonna leave it as an instrumental tape for a little bit, and then I haven't changed it since. So I pretty much took down almost all the songs that he didn't want, except for like one. It's called Hellas Horseman. It's on SoundCloud,
Yep, yep.
and then we left it as an instrumental, and I put it up on all platforms as an instrumental too. But the Nasty song, I honestly bought that feature in like 2017, and it turned out that he didn't even like the beat at all because it was trash, honestly, looking back at it.
Uh-huh.
But it's okay. I still got love for Nasty.
Oh yeah, yeah. Shout out Nasty One. And so then you mentioned Christ Kenneth, and who is Christ Kenneth? Because he's one of the first people I'm seeing on some of your discography.
Yeah, it's like that's my childhood best friend. I've known him since like 6th grade. He's a great artist and he's a great painter.
Really? Okay. Does he like not live where you, or like how do you guys still work together frequently or?
No, he lives close to me. We don't hang out as much since Rona happened,
Oh, I see. I
but
see.
and we don't work as much because he's on like a musical hiatus. He's really like into painting right now,
Really?
doing his own thing, and
That's
I
cool.
respect that. So
And
yeah,
then we got to bring up, Otto XL again is another person I've seen you.
shout out to Otto too.
Shout out to Otto XL. He's another person I've seen you've been working on with very early on. So kind of go explain who Otto XL is in that relationship.
Otto is my blood brother. Actually, he's my older brother, and he goes stupid on the beat.
Oh, so that is your like older brother, or you're saying just like figuratively like?
No, yeah, no, that's my older brother.
Oh, dang! I didn't even know that. Hey, shout out to
Yeah,
Otto. That's fire.
big shout out to Otto. He's in the other room right now.
That's crazy. So like, okay, so like now, what about like you and Otto? Like, who started first, and like, did you guys just kind of like build off each other, or like, how did?
Yeah, definitely. I think I might have started a little bit before him, but he like caught on to how like cool making beats was early on in like 2016, and he started making his own beats, and he went under the name CD2G, and it was I don't even know what it meant. I think it meant cat dog 2 times or something like that. And then we were in the studio one day, and he just came in. He was like, "Yo, I'm changing my name to Otto XL," and everybody was like, "Oh, but we like CD2G." And then like it ended up being like the way better name in the long end. So yeah,
Um,
Otto goes stupid.
so that's
I might,
crazy.
yeah.
And so now that we're talking about like a lot of producers that you're working with, I noticed that you work with the same circle of producers, and some of these producers include Otto XL, Kane Bobaden, Killa James, Neighborhood
Yeah.
Arion, Gunner. Who else falls under this circle?
I work a lot with, let me think, Nemo,
Nemo. Yeah, yeah,
um,
Nemo.
CD.
Okay.
I work with, let me think, is there anybody else? I could be missing some people. I'm sorry if I'm
Like
missing you.
I see you've
But
been
yeah, I
going
love
with
all the
like
producers I
Beardex
work with.
pretty like frequently
Oh
lately
yeah,
too.
Beardex,
Uh huh.
Shout out to Beardex.
Yeah. Shout out.
There's a couple other people that I'm missing right now, but I love all the producers I work with. They're all great.
Yeah. Big shout out to all of them. Um. So I'm curious to like, how did like some of these relationships get started? Is it kind of just all in New York and just?
Honestly, none of us live by each other really. Just me and Otto. I think James lives in like Colorado. Caden lives in like Michigan, and it's all just from the internet. Honestly, I met all of them through the internet, except for Otto. And then Kill James is the only one that was like I can really remember. He bought a drum kit off me in January, and then he sent me some of the beats he had made, and they were like so good. And then I've just been working with him ever since.
That's dope. I like that.
Yeah.
Like I guess like a big thing that I've noticed, like a lot of people like get this wrong is like they think that like nowadays like you have to be like surrounded in the area to like get your name out and like collaborate with these guys and stuff. But like now that like technology is so advanced, like that's not how you have to like that's not you don't have to live in California to have a successful podcast. You don't have to like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just all these people are like, bro, you're from Wyoming, like why are you doing a podcast? Like shouldn't you be in like you know you get what I'm saying, but yeah, I think that's really
Yeah,
cool
no,
that
honestly, the locals will hate on you the most,
yeah.
for real.
Um what's your favorite like combo, like favorite beat collab, like with another producer? Like, who's your favorite to work with? Probably Otto, huh?
Um, my favorite to work with is definitely Otto because
Yeah.
I feel like every single one we do is a banger. But I also I like working with all of them that you mentioned. I like working with Salsa. I like working with let me think. Yeah, no, that's probably it. I like working with all of them, like Caden, James, Gunner, Nemo, Bear Deck, all of them.
How many beats have
But
you
yeah,
made this year?
around like 1,400 and like 70
Yeah,
ish.
that is nuts. That is crazy. I remember you posted that on your story a couple days ago. I saw that. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
ask him that just because. Yeah, that's crazy. Making
yeah,
five to ten
it's like
beats a
five a
day.
day. Yeah, like five a day.
And then just out of curiosity, like what was your like first placement? Was that the nasty placement or was
My first placement. I made my first song ever with Kenneth, so all my early songs were with him.
I see.
My first placement that I ever did like over 1,000 was probably the Biscuit song, "Don't Censor My Shit" or like "Misfit."
I see. And so like what kind of like differs like your production style from other producers?
Hmm. I feel like mine, when you hear like a phony like melody, you could just tell it's like a half-ass phony melody, and I just got like really distorted, like fat, like cranking 808s. I don't know, something like that.
Oh yeah. And then you also have
Hard to explain. I like using a lot of perks too in my beats. But go on.
um you kind of have I noticed like you kind of have like two different styles. Like you have like the insidious Poe like Queasy Q type of like little like guitar type of like stuff, but then you also have like the like J Trauma like Congrats Sailor type of like hard hitting. So like I guess like how did you like kind of
Yeah,
come up with these two different styles of beats? Or I guess you have multiple types, but those were just two that I
yeah.
noticed.
Uh, it started with the like phony ones that I was just talking about, like the weird sounding, like random noises type shit, and then I like went into doing more guitar shit because that's what a lot of people I know like to like get on.
Uh huh.
And I like doing softer shit too, just because it's like really easy, and I think softer shit's cool too. But I love making hard beats much, like that's my main thing.
So let's move on to Hammerhead. So this was your um, technically, I guess, like second tape with artists on it, first full tape with artists on it. Many talented artists: Grim Doza, Gigi Rockavelli. Let's see, Suave Guala. Many talented artists on this tape. So do you like solo tapes or placement tapes better? Or like I guess.
Definitely like placement tapes better, just because it feels better when you drop them.
Uh huh.
You're like more proud of it.
I see. What was your favorite track on that tape?
Favorite track. I really like. It's a tie between Loch Ness by Johnny Storm
Uh huh.
and BOA by Sikra.
Yeah. And I'm have to
Those are my
say
favorite.
Say So or Bo Backwards of America.
Yeah,
That song's fire.
those ones are good. I like all of them though. They're all good.
Yeah. That tape is like solid. So like I noticed like while connecting with you while peeping your content, you work with a lot of artists that I like. You work with some artists that I've heard of. You know, I've known for years now. But you also have like a lot of artists. I guess being a producer, that you just like kind of like who is this guy? And one of those was Suave Guala for me. Like who is Suave Guala? Like he's fire. I've never heard of Suave Guala before.
Honestly, I don't know where he's from, but he's a really good rapper. And I know him through a song that was with KirbLaGoop
Yep.
called
Since
Since
a
a
Cub.
Cub.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Um.
that dropped, and I seen it, and then I sent Guavi, I said Guavi, I sent Suavi some beats, and then he agreed to get on that tape. He's pretty cool about it. He sent it back hella fast.
That's cool, man. Shout out Suave Guala. He's fire.
Yeah, he's cool.
Okay, so you're like making these tapes. We got Kick the Bucket, we got Hammerhead. So like, where does like J Trauma come into the picture?
TRAUMSTER. I met TRAUMSTER in October 2019, so last year.
Um,
I love TRAUMSTER.
yeah, shout out Trauma. I absolutely love Trauma. Like, I can literally credit him for like just about my whole like senior year. Like, I would literally be like
Yeah,
I would be going to school senior year, just like bumping J Trauma in the car. and then I come home from
You
school,
got
bump J
endless
Trauma,
classics.
like always bumping J Trauma. He's probably like one of my like most listened to artists at the moment, like probably one or like top like two by
What's
far.
your favorite song by him?
Shoot, I'd have to say, bro, he has such a wide discography, but I'd have to say I really like Honest and I really like Sushi. I really been bumping those lately. My favorite Phony collab I have to
Classic.
say was Jamaica and Atlantic. Those songs are classics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Salvage too. I love Salvage.
Yeah. Intervention was really good. Was that
Yeah.
on Intervention? I think so.
And so like
I hope so.
explain like the story behind like Atlantic. So like how did you guys like meet and like start making music together and all that stuff?
I found out about him through the song "Make Believe" by Christ Dillinger.
Uh-huh.
He was on that song, and then pretty much I sent beats to him. I realized he lived like 10 minutes away from me, and then we just like linked up last October at his house, and then we went back to my house to like make a song, and then we made Atlanta.
That's crazy that like you didn't even know like he lived so close to you.
Yeah, we like were talking to the DMs, and then we found out that he lives like literally like just a little 10 minutes away from me or something.
So you guys work frequently in person?
Right now we haven't because of Rona and like other issues, but we like all summer and all before Rona we did like twice a week probably. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And that was around the same time as like Don't Get Fucked, right?
Don't Get Fucked dropped in April, so yeah, like a little bit.
Like I guess around
Yeah,
the
right
same time
around
you
that
guys were
time.
working on that tape.
Yeah, and yeah, you're right. And I like send him beats like almost every day. Yeah, he's really one of the best artists I know for sure. He's legendary.
Yeah, big
All
shout out to J
aspects.
Trauma, man.
Huge.
And then how did like In Cities Poe get involved? Like how did you meet In Cities Poe?
I met Poe through Trauma, and I'm pretty sure they're like childhood friends, and they like live by each other too.
Yeah, that's crazy. In Cities Poe, he's another amazing artist.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I mean like I said, some of those like guitar type like I really like Diamondback. I really like Running. Like just some of those
Up
beats
to
are just
me.
crazy, and then he just goes in there, just really capitalizes on it, just does his thing, and
Oh
it's just
yeah.
amazing. Big shout out
He's
to In
got an
Cities
amazing
Poe.
voice.
I don't even think he gives himself enough credit. Like I don't think he knows. Like this guy's so like I don't think Trauma. I don't think any of the. I think any of you guys you give yourself enough credit.
Yeah. No, Poe is amazing. He deserves it all.
Speaking of Poe, like I want to talk about Up to Me which was a song he just released recently, produced by
Yeah.
you. How did that come together?
Um, that beat was just in like a random pack I sent him, and then he sent it to me like unmixed, and then I was like, let me mix this, and then I mixed it, and then he dropped it. And Teddy Slugs, I'm pretty sure, did the cover art, amazing cover art, one of my favorite of the year. Shout out Teddy Slugs.
Uh, and
And then that was it.
and
Yeah,
Teddy
I
Slugs,
like
he's a
that song.
part of Misery Mob, right? And that's a group that In Cities Poe's part of, right?
Yeah, I believe.
And so, like, do you know a lot about Misery Mob, or like, I don't honestly don't know a lot about them except for just In Cities Poe.
Honestly, yeah, I don't really know much about them, but I know they're doing their thing. I
I see.
know Poe supports them a lot.
Oh yeah, shout out Misery Mob, shout out In Cities Poe. And then I want to talk to you about like so I'm assuming like your garage, is that your garage studio that I see like everybody at all the time?
Yeah.
That's fire. Like, so like, kind of like, what's like the setup like in that garage studio? Like I've seen like some of your knickknacks in there, and like, and then like all like the drawings on like the garage and stuff like that. Just kind of like, yeah, just to kind of explain that. Like I'm really curious about that.
The garage. It's been. Oh my god, I'm sorry. It was. Fuck. It was like I don't know. It's just a garage that came into a studio in
It's,
like 2016, and like a lot of people like just infiltrated it and go in there every single day and record, and that's pretty much it. Just a
so
lot of
you just
people
like
all up in there,
phony doodles on
a lot
the
of Rona in the air,
garage, or like what was like all like the
big phony
artwork that's in
doodles.
there? Big phony
No, a
doodles and
lot of
stuff.
that's done. There's some phony doodles in there. I did a couple of them, but it's mostly done by Otto's girlfriend Chief. Um, and just done by a whole bunch of people who come in and just like randomly grab a Sharpie and just wrote something on the wall. I love the trap. It's called the trap.
That's cool. That's cool. Because like I mean, there's all
Yeah.
kinds of like Cartoon Network characters on there, and like yeah, that's like
Yeah,
really cool
I
artwork.
drew a couple. I drew like some from Rugrats. I drew like um fuck, I forgot her name. But yeah, I drew that one and I drew the Grim Reaper one.
Yeah, that's fine. Um, and so I guess like I wanted to
From
ask
Billy
you,
Mandy.
what is your favorite J Trauma song?
My favorite TRAUMSTER song. Probably either, let me think, Periwinkle is one of them.
Yeah,
Um, hold on, let me look it up real quick because there's so many songs. I want to give a real answer. That's why. Hold up. Favorite TRAUMSTER. Yeah, I'm going with Periwinkle. I'm going with Out the Mud. And I'm going with Cake. Oh, thank God I remember Cake. That's my
yeah.
favorite. That's my number one. Cake is my
Hey,
number one. That's the best TRAUMSTER song ever.
yeah, that one's dope, bro.
Yeah, I know every word to that.
Bro, I know like I, I honestly would be like curious to see like how many views I've racked up on Trauma's SoundCloud because like I don't listen to him on Apple. Like I just specifically listen to him on SoundCloud. Like I'd be curious to see like how
So
I rank
far.
in his like fans. Just
I
because
ran up thousands. I know it.
before, sorry, I want to back up run 1 second. So you mentioned Lil Poof, like, and so that who is like the 6'8" family? Isn't that like a collective or like a group Trauma's into recently? Like who's like Lil Poof and 6'8" family?
Yeah, Trauma just recently joined them. It's like Lil Poof. I believe it's like Zeta Kai, Dom, and there's a couple other people in there. They're cool.
I see.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out 6'8" family. And so I'm curious, like, how did you get involved with Spider Gang?
Um, I first found out about them because I was like just looking on Instagram for a lot of like new people, and I came across a Lil Poof concert flyer that had like A14 on it and a couple other people, and then I pretty much just like clicked all their names, and I just sent them all beats, and then those like in that pack was like the Vulgar beat and like the Make Her Leave beat,
Uh huh.
and then I got some songs with Dillinger, and then I pretty much just after I found out about Dillinger, I like obviously found out about Make Her Leave, and then there was a lot of people on that, and then I sent them all beats, and then it just like avalanched into sending them all beats, and then some of them use them, and that's really it.
Who's like your favorite producer to work with in Spider Gang?
I've worked with Cube once, but not a lot. I've never really worked with Wendigo, besides like on a couple songs,
Uh huh.
um, that I produced for them. But probably Sosa. I have a couple beats of Sosa. He's really nice, and he's amazing at making beats.
That's dope. So
Shout out to them.
how did Don't Think come together, which is a song you and Lil Darky have together?
I was sending him beats in like December, and then he said he was gonna hop on one, probably drop it, and then I was just like chilling and then it dropped, and that was that. I like that song a lot. Shout out to Darky.
Yeah, shout out Lil Darky. What was like kind of like the like how did it feel to get that just like a lot of positivity and love sent your way after that song was released? Like what was that kind of feeling like? Because that song has like 137,000 on SoundCloud or something like that. It's pretty.
It was good. I love all the people who engage with me. I love all my supporters.
And then I want to talk about Flacco too. You guys been going hard. You just dropped Miss Me and Max Get Over It. Um, I guess I kind of explain the process between you guys like working together and stuff.
Yeah, no, Flacco FaceTimes me, and then we just like think about some type of shit we trying to make, and then I just like go into my like still make it, and then send it to him, and then either it comes out to be like super hard or like it just never comes out. Pretty
I
much.
see. I was a really big
Yeah,
fan of Max
those
Get
two are
Over It.
bangers. Yeah, oh my god, I love that song too. I love both.
And then Lil Darky actually directed that music video, right?
Yeah, pretty sure he animated it, directed it, all that.
That's crazy. Like, so how does that feel like Lil Darky? editing that video like of your production?
It was cool. I didn't know that it was gonna drop, so it was a cool little surprise. And it was a really good video. I like watching it.
Uh-huh.
Definitely excited for more of his animation.
Spider Gang, and as well as like you and Trauma, you just have like just a crazy fan base. Like so, I kind of like, how did that get developed?
Um, Probably just from like networking and just meeting people and having songs with certain people and producing for certain people and just like having, I don't know, it just came together like naturally. Like it's hard to speak on it because I don't really realize it just comes naturally and it just like happened out of
That's
nowhere.
dope. So like I know that Trauma features MK Ultra on like Ultramatic and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah,
So I was just wondering, like, did Trauma know of Spider Gang and like MK Ultra before you did, or were you guys kind of just like,
yeah, definitely,
I see,
definitely.
I see. Um, so was it kind of like just
Yeah,
crazy
he's been on that.
because like that Trauma already had that connection, like when you were trying to like connect with these guys?
It actually happened like kind of like since he was on Maker Leave, he already knew him, and then like I just like found out about all of them at the exact same time. So yeah, I guess it was cool. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
It was
kind
a
of
cool experience
yeah, that's kind of crazy. It kind of seems like you guys were like
how it all went down.
destined to be like,
Yeah, oh, for sure.
uh huh.
It was all destiny.
Another artist I want to talk about was KirbLaGoop, who you produced for several times, as well as featured him on a couple of your tapes. So how did you and
Yeah.
KirbLaGoop get connected, and how long have you known about him?
I've known of Curb since like 2015 or 16, and I got in contact with him just by sending him beats, honestly.
I see.
Shit.
Um,
Yeah, he's really cool. I love Curb. He's a
yeah,
legend.
definitely an OG, definitely a great artist. I love KirbLaGoop's music. What's your favorite
Super
collab with him?
serious. Um, Favorite collab probably. Oh, for sure, Best of Chill. That's my favorite song we've done.
Uh huh.
And then I like Who's Who. I like Punked. I like Fact.
Uh huh.
I like all.
Yeah, I really liked Punked. That was my favorite.
Yeah,
Um,
that one goes stupid.
and then speaking of
Yeah,
KirbLaGoop, I want to talk about FONYSTEIN, which was your third tape you released this year after the Blinds. So how did that
yeah.
tape come together?
I was working on it for like 4 or 5 months, um, trying to get good songs back for it, and it took me way longer to make it than I wanted to because it was really hard to get the songs back, and I eventually got them all back, and I dropped it on I believe August 30th or something like that. I love Funny Style. It's my favorite, my most proud work to date right now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that was definitely a big project.
Future Phony.
Um,
Yeah,
I really liked the production on there as well as like some fire features like Christ Dillinger, KirbLaGoop, Lee. Um, definitely some fire features on there.
thank you. I love that. I love that tape.
Who did the cover art? I really like the cover art on that tape.
Thank you. I made that myself.
That's fire. I
I was
had
gonna have someone else make the cover, but I was afraid that I wasn't gonna like it as much, so I just like took matters into my own hands and just made it.
I feel. And then what about like Hammerhead too? Is that like a phony doodle?
That's a Christ Kenneth doodle
Oh wow,
actually.
okay.
I like I put it up against like a background and then just like slapped it on a background, called it a day.
I see. And then like I want to go like kind of like a little more into like phony, like you or phony doodles. Like you really like to like doodle.
Yeah, I had a doodle page during like quarantine and I gave up on it after like 2 weeks.
Uh-huh. And then also like I noticed when you sent out some of your merch, like you would have like a couple sheets of like just little doodles. I thought that was really
Yeah,
cool.
I sent like little doodle stickers with them just to give them
Yeah.
a little extra thing in it, make it seem special,
Um,
make it more special.
when can we expect like some new merch? I honestly I wanted to get I want to get that Cannonball t-shirt. I was gonna wear that today on interview day, but um like you said, we
Yeah, I
were
wish you could have got it. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
I know, bro. I was lacking. I should have hit you up way earlier on that.
It's all good. I was gonna drop new merch on my birthday, December 7th, but I decided I'm probably not going to anymore because it's gonna be too much of a hassle to ship them out with Rona
I see.
coming back or already back. But yeah, I'll probably have some new merch like next year whenever Rona is
Right.
like calmed down again.
When you drop, like, when you start promoting, I'm definitely gonna hit you up, bro. I need to get some phony merch.
Thank you. I'm gonna drop hoodies next, most
Ooh.
likely.
Yes, sir. I think it'd be hard to do like a FONYSTEIN like hoodie or something like that.
Yeah, you already know.
Like, you already know. Do
That's what I'm doing.
you have any like post drop thoughts about FONYSTEIN? What do you think about it now that it's
Um,
dropped?
there's a couple things I wish I could have changed, definitely. But I was like really trying to put it out by August 30th, so I like might have rushed things more than I wanted to, but I still love it for sure.
Uh-huh. Um, and then another artist I want to talk about is Biscuit. How did you guys connect?
Biscuit pretty much just through sending beats, and he just liked a couple of them, and then we made Don't Censor My Shit. We made Misfit, and then we have like I'll send him beats here and there. He pretty much he's very selective on what he likes to use.
Uh huh. Big shout out to Biscuit. I've been bumping Biscuit since I was like 14, 15. So
Yeah,
that was
me
really
too. I
cool to
love Biscuit.
see
He's an OG.
those placements. Um,
Yeah, no, I definitely love those.
how long have you known about Biscuit? Like, besides just like working with him, like how long have you known about his music?
Probably like 2016, maybe 2017. Right when I found out about Grim Doza and Nasty.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I was really rocking with Tim Burton movie. I really liked that song.
yeah. No, that song is
It
great.
was kind
Chopper
of crazy
Gunner
because when
co-produced
when
that.
I peeped that tape, I was just going through like listening, and I found like Tim Burton movie, and I didn't even know like you had a placement on that, and I was like, bro, who produced this? Like, this beat's fire, and then I was like, oh, it's Phony.
Thank you. Yeah, it was me
Yeah,
and Gunner.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
and then one artist I want to talk about that I seen like you collaborate with is Max. Sorry if I'm saying this wrong. Like Max is like Max 10,000 or like 100,000 or like 000. Like, how do you pronounce that? His name.
Honestly, I have no
Yeah,
clue
yeah.
either. I think it's I just say Max 0000 in my head.
I see. I see. And then
But yeah, that's Biscuit's friend.
oh, okay, yeah, and then they had a Biscuit features on a tape of his on a song called
Yeah.
Mega Explosive Evil Wave, and yeah, that song's pretty fire, and that's a Phony produced song.
Yeah, I produced that whole tape.
Yeah.
That tape's really fire.
Uh-huh. Yeah, shout out to Max, bro.
Slept on.
Um,
Shout out to Max.
so next up, I'm so curious about this. Let's talk about the Lord Apex tape that you got on the tuck.
The Lower Apex tape. Yeah, that tape's so fire. It's like a little EP, probably like 5 or 6 songs, and I don't know if it will ever get dropped. Sadly, I feel like he might have forgotten about it or something, or he just has a lot more music to drop beforehand. But I hope it does drop one day. It's like extremely good, and I'm really proud of it.
So so you mean as
It
far
was
as like
made last year.
you've heard the demos, but he has all like the vocals and all that. Like, you're just waiting for him to finish it, is what you mean?
No, he sent me like 6 song demos. I have them on my laptop. Like I listen to them here and there.
I see. Yeah, yeah. So you just have the demos, and
Yeah,
I see.
I got like the unmixed versions of the songs pretty much.
Yeah, I feel that. Damn, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's got to be a gem. I would like. I oof oof. Shout
It's
out Lord
beautiful. I
Apex.
wish it would
Lord
drop
Apex is
one day.
fire. Yeah, but
He claims it's gonna drop one day, but who knows?
yeah, yeah. Lord Apex, if you're
That'd
hearing
be
this,
really cool.
please drop that tape.
Yeah, please drop that.
Have you guys connected again since that tape?
Yeah, he dropped a song on Christmas Day, produced by me. And I don't know what it was called. I forget, but it was like a parody or something about how like lyrics didn't matter or something because he was just like singing like jingle bells to the whole thing while rapping. It was honestly so hard,
Hey.
but he took it down. It only lasted like a day.
Oh, damn.
But
Hey.
since then, not really. I send him beats still sometimes.
I feel. Yeah. Lord Apex is, yeah, he's a really talented artist. Shout out Lord Apex.
Yeah, he's great.
So like I said, we're kind of winding down on time, but I have a list of artists that I just felt writing this interview I knew I was gonna run out of time, but I just feel like this talent really needed to be spotlighted. And so I was wondering if you could. I'm just gonna read these names off, and I was wondering if you could just give me like a 3 minute just like overview of like who they are, how you met, and just kind of like a fun fact, or like if you guys have any music in the tuck, or just something like that.
I'm gonna hear him.
So first, Kill Tack. I know we kind of already covered him earlier, but I wanted to
Yeah, shout out to Kill Tack.
Kill Tack.
I know we have probably three or four songs probably gonna get dropped soon. I know he's been working on them. He tells me about it. He hits me up after my beat post and he's like, "Yo, let me grab this one." I'm just like, "Bad."
Yeah.
Yeah. He's very talented.
And then next, Fuck It. Who's Fuck It? I've never heard about this guy before.
Bucket is a artist from Florida. He goes super hard. We just recently connected on some songs. I have a couple songs with him. I actually have like 3 or 4 very good songs with him that are gonna drop probably either the end of this year or next year. But yeah, he's cool as fuck.
Yeah, shout out Fuck It. I've seen him before. I didn't really know the relationship, but just listening to his music last couple of weeks when you've been sending me when you sent me that place and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, bro,
Yeah.
like like he's fire, yeah.
He goes hard, yeah.
Shout out
a couple songs out right now.
Shout out Fuck It.
Big shout out Fuck It.
Next, I want to talk about Mad Jackson 777. Who are these guys? Like all these artists on this list, mostly like that I love. The thing that I love about this is just like guys that I'm just like, who is this guy? Like who is like? There's fire, you know. But anyway, Mad Jackson 777.
Mad Jax is like a SPIDERGANG friend affiliate, whatever. He's so talented. I love working with him. I have a couple songs out with him. Recently he dropped Exiting the Club, produced by me. That song's probably my favorite song by him right now. And then 777, I found out about him through my friend Huskies, and we have 2 songs out on SoundCloud, and he's a very good artist as well. Fuck with him, OD.
Mm-hmm.
Real
quickly, who's Huskies too? I've been talking to him a little bit.
Huskies is a artist from California. He's very cool. He's very young. I think he's like 15 or something like that. Very talented, very his age. Fuck with him, OD.
Yeah, shout out Huskies. He's cool. Next up, Gizmo. Who's Gizmo, bro?
Gizmo is a artist from, I believe, California. I met him through Trauma. I kind of knew him before. I knew him through Trauma, just through like SoundCloud and shit. But we have a song out. It's called it's called Ice Cream Truck.
Yeah, Ice Cream Truck. Yeah,
I think we have more songs. We have more songs, but I don't know what's gonna get dropped and what's not.
I see. Yeah, shout out Gizmo.
Yeah, he's cool. Shout out.
Hopefully I'm saying these names right, but next is Doc T and Mavo. Is it Mavo or Mavo or?
Yeah, I think you're saying that right. I think it's Mavo or something like that. I love Mavo. He's cool.
Yeah, I seen he's like collaborated with Trauma a couple times in the past like year and a half or so. What about Doc T too? I recently just was talking to him today too.
Yeah, he's really cool. He just dropped a EP recently.
With
Beside You. Very good producer, but yeah, he's really cool too. I have one song with him. I think it's called like Ambrosia or something like that, and it was on like a 2-song EP that he dropped earlier this year. They're hella talented. Shouts to them.
Yeah, shout out to them, bro. I just remember Doc T on what was it? It was a Lord Apex song. I just remember that he had a song with Lord Apex, and I was like, oh, I know this guy, and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But shout out to them. Yeah, they're super fire.
Yeah, they're super fire.
And then next,
definitely want to work with them more.
Deceased. Deceased is fire.
Deceased is my boy. I love Deceased.
Deceased is fire.
He's one of the most genuine people I know.
Yeah, I've had a couple conversations with him as well. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's super nice. He's a great artist, and I just want everything good for him.
And he kind of just like, he just has this weird style, like this weird singing voice that just sounds amazing. Like it's just it's crazy his style.
Absolutely iconic. Yeah, he's like one of a kind. I fuck with him super hard.
Shout out
Shout
deceased.
out Graveyard.
Um,
Yeah,
Queasy Q. Who's
yeah.
Queasy Q, bro? He's Queasy Q's fire.
Beautiful. He's so far. I think he's from like Maryland or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. And
uh-huh.
I've just known him through like the internet. He gets beats off me sometimes. He's a great artist. I fuck with him all day. I see you play him
Uh-huh.
a lot too.
And
A lot of people like him right now.
he's another one of those artists that just has a very, very distinctive voice that just sounds very, very
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it's very good.
Um, Young Bob. Who's Young Bob?
Shout out to Young
Shout out to
fucking
Young
Bob.
Bob.
I'm glad you brought that up. Couldn't end it without Young Bob. That's my boy. I love Young Bob. He's amazing. Um, he's just a great artist. He's fucking on TikTok too, and he's just doing his thing. He's young, and he got great singing voice.
Uh-huh.
He got hella songs coming out soon. I love Bob.
Shout out to Young Bob. Um,
Big shout out Bob.
and then Beardex. I see you've been going hard with him and Trauma and lately.
Yeah, Beardex is a great producer. He makes amazing melodies.
Yeah, shout out Beardex. And then Gigi Rockavelli. Who's Gigi Rockavelli, bro?
Gigi, that's my boy. I think he's from I think he stayed California, but he makes that was like some of my first placements too. Like after Biscuit, I've been working with him on a song called let me think California Hot Boy and a couple other songs. But there's one song by him that I produced that's my favorite. It's called it has the word escape in it. I can't remember right now. I'm being stupid, but it's a great song.
Right on. Yeah, shout out
It's called
to
Great Escape. Great Escape.
yeah, definitely shout out
Yeah.
to Gigi Rockavelli.
Big shout out. Gigi's great. He just dropped a song like yesterday. Go check it out.
Yeah, sure, definitely go check out that. Is there anyone I missed? Is there anything I missed? I mean, obviously, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there are like many artists I'm missing. I mean, yeah, like if I missed your name, like I'm very sorry. But like I see everybody. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, no,
these
I
were
know
just
you're
artists that
being
I kind of was
really
delving into
engaged.
these past couple weeks.
Yeah. No, I don't think you missed anybody. But I mean, if you did, I'm sorry too. I don't know. Don't be bad.
Yeah, yeah, don't be bad. So who's on your radar right now? Who you're kind of like looking for to work with, or who you're working with right now? I mean, besides from anybody that we've talked about, or anyone working with new, or have your eyes on at the moment?
Um, everyone I've been working with expect more songs from, but people I'm trying to work with so bad. I'm trying to work with Baby Go Yard. I'm trying to work with Hook. I'm trying to work with
Lil Zelly.
Lil Zelly, yeah.
I
We definitely need
I
to
just added that because I see you follow him too.
Yeah, no, Zelly's super hard. I'm trying to get something a whole bunch of people. I'm missing hella people, but yeah.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if Trauma's gonna get mad at me for saying this, but expect Don't Get Fucked 2 next year. Oops. I said it.
He said it. Hey,
I said it,
that's
TRAUMSTER.
fire.
Don't get mad.
That's fire.
Yeah, no, definitely expect that.
I really like that song that Trauma dropped like 2 days ago. I want to say it was yesterday or 2 days ago.
Facts.
Bro, that song.
He's got slappers in up the sleeve. They just gonna drop on everybody.
Yeah.
Stepping on neck.
I just don't know how he does it. He has so much music. I just don't know how he doesn't get writer's block too. That's another thing that I really like about J Trauma is he changes up his flows, he changes up his words. He doesn't just say the same things over again. Like I don't know how he doesn't get writer's block.
No, I'm glad you honestly brought that up because it's insane how he works. Like I'll play him a beat in the stew, and then within like 10 minutes max, like he's got the whole song ready to record. Like, and he didn't have any of the words like beforehand. Like for real, like he makes it all up on the spot within like seconds. It's absurd how fast he works.
I think I saw
amazing every time.
I think I saw him post something on like, I think I saw him post something on his story one time. He was like, I make a song in about 5 minutes.
No, he really does. It's like actually very impressive. I love working with him. It's always so easy.
That's crazy.
It's like effortless.
Yeah, big shout out to Trauma. Um,
Huge. I love my boy TRAUMSTER.
so
Brittany.
we're kind of closing up. Just a couple last questions. What's like the best advice you've received by maybe another artist or a producer or anyone else in this music industry that's really helped you, really sunk in, and you've kind of followed that? I guess you could say, like, anything anyone else told you that's kind of motivated you, or
Shit. I'm honestly not too sure if I ever gotten advice that's like I've held on to in the music industry. I've kind of learned like a lot about myself.
hmm
Like, don't sign no dumbass deal. But um, I don't know. I feel like if there was anything I could say to producers that want to come up, um, it's just like consistency and um, you just can't stop.
uh-huh.
You can't stop working. Gotta put in that big work before you can expect like big things. I've been working for like 4 years before I ever even got like any type of like placement really.
Uh-huh. What,
So
what about as like artists too? What kind of message can you maybe say to any upcoming artists or artists that want to take that next step?
I'd probably just say the same thing about how they really just gotta put the work in, gotta put the
Uh-huh.
hours in, and
Uh-huh.
you can't be like slacking on it because if you slack on it, it's really easy for like the time to get past you.
I feel. And I guess like
Yeah.
one thing I wanted to add that like I kind of mentioned earlier with like Suicide Boys and stuff. You got to have that do or die mentality because if you don't, then you don't want it that bad. You don't want to
No, for real, that's fact.
like you know
If
what I
you
mean?
don't have that mentality, then it's very hard to make it.
Uh huh. Definitely, yeah, I definitely agree with
Well,
that.
it's a lot harder to make it
Um,
because it just, you know.
and as far as like too like just like manifestation, that is a very big thing. You gotta visually like see it. You gotta see a vision. You can't just like once you like are an artist like have a vision, it just like clicks. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have a
Yeah,
vision. You gotta have that manifestation, and you gotta like
you
believe in
gotta speak
yourself
it into
too.
existence.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Um.
no, definitely.
So like last question for you, bro. What's next for Phony Wallace?
What's next is I'm about to pet my cat Brittany and go get a snack. That's what's next. Let her get some water.
Yeah.
No, but I have a song dropping on Sunday with Jupalos,
Hey.
but I'm just expect a lot more music. That's about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, Tony Wallace, I just want to say thank you so much, man. I mean, I know this has been, this has probably been such like a roller coaster for you, just because of all like the problems I ran into trying to get back into the studio. And I just really appreciate you like sticking with me, bro. Like believing in me, like wanting to do this interview, and just like
Of course,
give me that, um, opportunity to sit down and like talk to you, bro. It's been awesome.
of course. Thank you for having me. I loved it. You gotta get into it with tap in with some of the other people I work with
Uh
too,
huh. Yeah, for sure.
and start interviewing everybody.
I'm gonna see how many interviews I can get done this year. I'm really shooting for like 3 or 4, but I really don't think I'm done with this kind of circle of artists. I think there's a couple more people that I really think I need to get interviewed.
Gotta get that TRAUMSTER
So
interview.
yeah,
Tapped in.
Trump, that's like number one on the list right now. It's
That
like
otto interview.
the auto interview that yeah. Um, but yeah, man, I just want to say thank you so much. I mean, it's been so cool. I just been sitting here like writing this interview. Like, I know like while we've been talking, it's been hard like not to like ask you all this stuff, and so it was like really cool just like to hear all that from you, and just I thought we had a great interview. I thought like I really liked your energy. You know, like sometimes you watch an interview and like the artist just like has no energy, and it's just like this is a horrible interview. But like I think
I
we both
tried
had like
to.
really good energy, and like I think it's a really good
Sleepy.
interview.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I
Um,
hope everybody else likes it. Hope it inspires somebody.
for sure, bro. Definitely inspires me. I'll tell you that. But um,
Super fun.
but yeah, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate you working with me too with the time limit. I know it's super late for you where you're at right now, but I'll go ahead and let you go, man. But thank you so much for calling in and having this conversation, man.
Of course. Thanks for having me, bro. Show. Hope you have a great night.
You too, bro.
Hope everybody have a great night. Go
Catch
stream some phony.
go street symphony, yes sir. All right, man. We'll catch you later. Have a good night.
You too, boy. Peace.
All right, bro.